Hi everyone, Harrison here from LED Torch Shop, here with a cracker of a little tiny 18650 headlamp from Lumintop, the HL3A, maximum of 2800 lumens. So before we get into it, I'll show you again the pack and then we'll dive straight into the light. First of all, comes in some nice packaging from Lumintop. As you saw before, it comes with a headlamp strap included, but is kind of like a multi-function sort of headlamp, I suppose. The head strap they actually give you is fantastic. It's all silicone on the inside, so you know it's not going to move around. Being a work headlamp, I think these right angle lights are perfect for work headlamps, and I'll get into another couple of reasons why this one is absolutely ideal. But really thick sort of silicone rubber there for the actual headlamp to sit in, which is really nice on your head. You're going to be wearing it for a long time, so it's nice to know that you got like a really thick base. There's no real hot spots or pressure points on your head, so it's a fantastic headlamp from Lumintop. A lot of them sometimes sacrifice on the head strap, so yeah, it's nice to know Lumintop just made a really nice one. Obviously you get your user manual and instructions, and these Lumintop torches have got so much functionality, it's definitely worth reading. They've got simple modes, advanced modes, bike modes, so there's so much to unpack in this thing. I definitely won't get into it all because there is so much, so yeah, it's definitely worth a read of your user manual because yeah, like I said, there's so much stuff going on. You get a couple spare O-rings as well, just for the front of the light. It does come with an unprotected 18650. In that you can use a regular protected 18650 cell, but it won't screw up as tightly as sort of a unprotected 18650. Because it is sort of that multi-function light, it does come with a pocket clip as well, and that can just go, just sort of snaps straight onto the front there. I like to use these lights more as a headlamp. I really like the work headlamps in this sort of style. Less than sort of a pocket light. But I mean, yeah, if you're someone that likes one in your sort of top pocket there, or just likes the pocket clip, they give you that option, which is great. It's got a magnetic tail cap as well. So a lot of those work headlamps definitely have that feature. You can whip your head strap off and stick it onto somewhere metal. It is strong enough to hold it with the headlamp strap, which is actually great. Some of them aren't strong enough to sort of do that, so yeah, it's nice to know that this one is. It's probably the most compact 18650 sort of work headlamp I've actually come across. Just being able to use that unprotected 18650 just means they just save on so much space, and literally it is the battery there and that's pretty much it, the torch there. So it's so compact, and yeah, it's just it was a pleasure to use. Being a work headlamp, it comes with 3 LEDs, so it's got 3 Cree chips on there. It's running 3 Cree XPL-H LEDs in there with a sort of a pretty standard TIR lens. So not only are they sort of getting a little bit of distance out of that TIR lens through those Cree chips, it does give a really nice uniform beam and some good spread as well. So just give you a close-up on those 3 LEDs with that TIR lens. So yeah, really functional in sort of a work setting for sure. The default mode it sort of gives you is a ramp up and ramp down sort of setting. So max mode being that 2800 lumens, and then it goes like sort of all the way down. So from on, you can just one press and hold and it goes all the way up, and then one press and hold and it goes all the way down. But like I said, there's so many different modes to unpack in this thing, all different sort of either clicks or clicks and hold for the power button to just sort of cycle through all those modes. Yeah, with that default mode of ramping up and down, it is hard to get those outputs and run times really specific, but that max mode being 2800 lumens is more than enough light to sort of see everything that you want to sort of do in a work setting. You're not going to get, it's sort of rated around that 200 meters. I wouldn't say you're sort of going to get that 200 meters, probably maybe something reflective out there, but just that sort of close contact stuff, that 5 meters, 10 meters away, and then sort of in and under something or in a tight space. Yeah, these work headlamps are really functional. So yeah, they're definitely worth to having one, whether it's sort of this one or one of those right angle lights, work headlamps that just spread that light quite evenly. really diffused, so you don't have any hot spots and things like that, so you can really see what you're doing, and you've got your hands free. I'm a big fan of really nice headlamps. Just the hands free thing is just, yeah, a must, I reckon, when you're working around anything. So yeah, it's definitely worth investing in a headlamp in general. Like I said, it's just got so many modes. So the default mode is that ramping up and down. You can double click for that instant turbo as well, and it just goes straight to that instant turbo. Double click again, it just goes down to whatever mode you're on before. So the Lumintop interface, if you haven't been familiar with some of their other lights, there's a lot to unpack, so definitely worth a read. Yeah, so it's got that smooth ramping up and down as that default mode. It's got that stepping up and down mode as well, so sort of that intervals. It's also got your momentary on, so all you have to do is hold down the button, and as soon as you release it, it turns off. It's also got an electronic sort of lockout as well. So it's nice to know that there's just so many different modes to unpack, so really customizable to sort of what you prefer. Let me know if you sort of like that with a whole bunch of settings in your headlamp, or would you prefer just sort of a 1, 2, 3 low, medium, high turbo sort of setting for a work headlamp. I found with being a work headlamp, that ramping up and down is actually perfect, because you can just get that optimal light that sometimes a lot of headlamps might miss out on, sort of that jump between either your low to medium or your medium to high. Sometimes you want something in that middle, whereas that ramping up and down really provides that good light, exactly where you want it, exactly how much you want, and yeah, it does a great job. Being the silicon sort of style headlamp strap, super adjustable, and really easy to sort of take in and out. Some are like a big bracket, whereas these silicon sort of ones, yeah, really easy to take in and out. Get that full 180 degree sort of setting there. So that's also a big win in my book. So it's obviously a non-rechargeable headlamp, so you will need an external charger with this, but it does keep a nice waterproof rating at IPX8 rated. So no external charging ports, you've just got that E-switch. Just make sure those O-rings there are nice and secure. Having no charging port and not being rechargeable wasn't a big issue for me, as I do have a lot of lights obviously, and do have external chargers. So if you are running other 18650s or something like that, I don't think it's going to be a big deal for you. Just really keeps that size down, and yeah, just all functionality. So being a light headlamp and a work headlamp, you want it to be light enough to wear all day and not really notice. And yeah, this definitely ticks that box for sure. If you want to check out any of the Lumintop range, we'll drop a link below so you can check out not only this one, but all of their stuff. If you haven't already got yourself a work headlamp, definitely go grab yourself one, because there's nothing better than being in the middle of a job and knowing that you got your hands free. Let us know in the comments if you want to know anything about the HL3A from Lumintop, or any of the torches we sort of sell here or have reviewed in the past. I'm more than happy to answer any questions. So please feel free to like, subscribe, it really helps the channel out, and yeah, I'll catch you on the next one.